What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Parkour.
And I'm the real Jussy, and we are
the Distorted Theorists. So, episode 3 of Marvel Mondays.
Let's go.
You've made it to the third episode.
And what are we having in store today? I mean, they know by the title, but let's hit them with it.
We are going to be feasting on the final trailer for Iron Man 2. Now, usually in the
pinnacle.
Well, I like Iron Man 3.
It was definitely the get-go for what was coming.
Yeah,
and
probably
that's 100%.
had one of the stupidest villains. But anyways,
yeah.
It was, we normally don't get to see a sequel in the MCU as quickly as we did for Iron Man. It was
even chronologically at that time where it fell was like, Iron Man was a hit. Let's get this second one bumped out.
Well,
but you know what? They didn't rush it, though. It didn't feel rushed.
No, well, that came out in 2010? Because I think then Thor was 2011. Anyways,
oh, yeah, Thor was 2011. You are right.
Along with Captain America. Yeah. So, so this one, there's a...
I'm just showing it. Iron Man 2.
So, and if you caught that on the cover, we've got our new roadie.
Yes.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, which I gotta say, great addition. I love Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle. Awesome. He's great. And you know what? On film, he looks like a nice guy, so I feel like he just kept carrying in the franchise really well. And probably an upgrade from Terrence Howard. Sorry, Terrence, if you ever see this.
No, come get him. Anyways, and we got introduced to Justin Hammer.
Oh,
I picked you out there. So Sam Rockwell basically was introduced as a partial villain. He's the head CEO of Hammer Industries and everything like that. So he was basically funding the villain because money talks. Okay,
he wanted to be Tony Stark. Ultimately, jealousy is ultimately where everything came from here. Now the villain wasn't so much jealous, obviously, but the subplot.
It was.
You think so?
Yes. Because,
because
his plans,
he stole. Yeah. I got you. But I got to tell the viewers, our boy Peter has a crush, always did, on our introduced girl, Scarlett Johansson. Oh. Now,
not just because of Black Widow.
I don't know if anybody watches wrestling, but no chance. That's what y'all got. I had to get that in there. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, our introduction. I'll let you take the reins though. Like, how do you feel she fit into the MCU when she joined the cast there?
Initially, I didn't really know, like, because when I was reading comics after the MCU started, I kind of got into comics a little more. And Black Widow, I just knew her as this Russian spy. I didn't know that she could have much more of a personality. That Scarlett Johansson actually.
Personality.
Well, shut up.
I mean,
man.
Scarlett just took the role, and let's face it, she fucking killed it.
But the problem with her her initial her
initial introduction. Let's just say it was very. They wanted her to be attractive. Exactly.
And the whole that was the first time we got to see the
very theatric, very theatrics and performance-y. That it was what in the early 2000s or what mid 2000s 2010 or 11, like you said, and I mean eye candy. Let's call it what it was. That's what she was plugged in there for. However,
but I'm glad they kind of fleshed her out a lot.
Exactly. I feel, and I think
that out of the way.
But I do think that Scarlett Johansson actually had a great hand in that. She was like, okay, this is fine. I've done this role. Black Widow's kick ass. Can I do all this and kick ass? And
let's not talk about the underwear, because this is an actual question that she got in an interview when she was with Robert Downey Jr.
Was so stupid.
with Hawkeye, and they were like, oh yeah, what do
you wear under the suit or
something? What's your training regimen like in private battles? And Scarlett, is it hard to wear underwear in your suit? And she was like,
and she was you could see she was offended, and so be it. Like, why are you asking that kind of question about a superhero movie? Obviously, they were asking the wrong questions to the wrong lady. And Scarlett, keep doing what you're doing, because that role was killed. You did what you did, and great contribution to the MCU. But I would love to see her on the trailer as well. We should probably talk about Iron Man a little bit.
Robert Downey Jr. Great.
Black Widow. But let's get into this trailer reaction. Let's see what we forget, and let's talk about it at the end.
Sure.
Let's get into it.
You got it. Are we past the following preview has been approved?
You don't see that anymore.
No, you really don't. Because it's Marvel. You're like, it's approved. Oh, this opened with shoot to thrill.
Such a show off. Look at him.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Yeah, no doubt.
The notary's here.
There's your girl.
Sorry, he's very eccentric.
Yeah.
I want one.
No.
Yeah, and see, they set him up so big.
God bleed. People will cease to believe in him.
This has a very horror vibe.
I know. Haha, I can do it too. Anything you can do, I can do better. This whole thing.
You remember this?
The
This was cool.
The suitcase suit.
That was dope, actually. All jokes aside.
All I have to do is sit here and watch as the world.
He was jacked. Mickey Rourke was jacked.
Our priority is to get the Iron Man weapon turned over to the United States of America.
I am Iron Man. The suit and I are one.
Contrary to popular belief, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Whoopsie.
What I saw you do to Tony Stark on that track, wow. You need my resources. I want to make Iron Man look like an antique. This whole lone
They just ripped the head off.
act's unnecessary.
Look at all the
You
suits,
don't have to
man.
do this.
War
all.
Machine.
Oh, Iron Patriot.
No, War Machine.
Or-
Iron Patriot's Iron Man 3.
Oh, sorry.
That's what he gets, his War Machine.
This was actually one of my favorite, when they go...
Get ready.
Which, once again, they kind of give away the ending of it.
Look at that, look.
Mr. Stark displays textbook narcissism.
Nick Fury.
Agreed?
Save it. That was probably one of the best suit-ups that he's ever had.
So good. They love their May movies, don't they? I forgot that Nick Fury's in this, so maybe you were right.
I think I was.
Maybe he did show up and he said, like, I'm putting together a team. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I mean, it's so long ago, like, I always supposed to remember that. What do you think we are, the Distorted Theorists or something?
Fools. Anyways,
But, like, look how much better cinematically that already, since our first episode of watching Iron Man 1, like, you can tell this trailer was oomphed up.
Well,
explosions left, right, and center.
John learned from episode 1 of the Distorted Theorists.
Yep.
He heard what we were talking about,
Yeah.
and then he went back in time to remake Iron Man 2. But he did. But
No, he didn't, because he would have chose something besides Whiplash if he did. No, Mickey Rourke was fine. I mean, like,
He was fine,
he
but
was
he
just
was
juiced too, man.
It
Like,
was just next on the rhythmic gymnastics team. We've got like.
but and I said this before, it did something again that I don't like. Ultimately, he created his own Iron Man suit, and the enemy of the movie was another Iron Man, just like the first one. And I hate that trope. It's just one of my things I just don't like.
I wonder
it.
if they'll break clear of that in Iron Man 3. Anyways, so yeah,
Stick around, hit the notification bell. No, I'm just kidding.
the big moments again from what I can remember from the movie was again that suitcase scene, the whole so good.
Well, that was really, no, I'm just playing off. That was really one of the first introductions to, oh, fuck, it's more than just him getting in a suit or the suit, like, going on. He's getting crafty now.
Because then,
His wheels are turning.
right, because when eventually we got to the Avengers where he's got the suit that follows him in, he's
Yeah.
got the suit that he can just
And it
walk
would only go
into,
up from there. There's
and
just
then we get
that-
to Avengers Endgame.
Now
and
he got
it's
the
just
bleeding edge armor pretty much, and yeah. But carry on.
So with this, I mean, and we saw more of Rhodey because we got to see him in the War Machine, not Iron Patriot,
Right.
in War Machine, and they got to have their big battle. They got to fly through. We actually got to see Iron Man versus War Machine, and when he was getting drunk.
Yep.
Which he kind of, I think it was explained that he kind of needed to for his, was it palladium poisoning?
Yeah, he had to get something juiced up to get that
Because
flow in there.
he keeps drinking the green stuff at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie, and then Black Widow is just like, oh yeah, by the way, oh, you're fine now.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it
he was getting those veins or something, wasn't it? Yeah. And I mean, I'm glad in hindsight now, like, obviously we're skipping ahead a little bit, but I'm glad they got rid of that, like, it's killing you thing. It was more managed, and then he was just
like,
Iron
okay,
Man, and you
we
could
got
be,
past this
you could be
point.
human, you know what I mean? Or whatever, or extra.
Your crutch now is something, well, that we wouldn't see. We didn't, at this time, his only crutch was his palladium poisoning and the piece that was in his heart getting ever closer to it, but it never really alluded to that. But much later, we would find out that he was anxious about what was happening in the bigger span of things. So yes, we did see Black Widow do her thing before she was Black Widow. I can't remember what her name was.
It wasn't Natasha, is that what you're saying?
No, I think it was like, it doesn't matter. But anyway, she came in as her intern or the secretary.
Yeah.
Pepper got to have a bigger role in this. Interestingly enough, and this was probably one of my favorite bits of trivia from this movie.
Shoot.
It's not in the trailer, but during the big final scene when Iron Man has to lead the hammer suits away and everything, and the whole Stark Expo is getting blown up and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this one part where one of the hammer bots comes down, and there's a little boy there with an Iron Man mask on, and he just kind of stands there and looks at him and goes, and then Iron Man comes and rescues him. Kevin Feige, I'm positive there's an article out there that has said that this is canon, that the little boy in that suit was me. No, it was Peter Parker, who we eventually see in Spider-Man.
And you know what? Like, that's something that may have never been in the realm of even in a brain until someone probably on the internet went, "Hey, is this?" And Kevin Feige went,
"Yeah, sure, why not? That totally works." But whether it was planned at the time or wasn't, it's still neat. I like it, and it's got my boy Spidey.
Yeah, well, we'll let you run with it. And from there, ladies and gentlemen, the floodgates opened on the Avengers Cinematic Universe.
Fury.
Yep.
Because Nick Fury was there doing his thing, and that's I want to put together a team. Yep. You saw he had Bruce Banner, I'm pretty sure, in the...
There was a file folder there, but I don't know if we've seen anybody else.
I thought there was.
Because actually he kind of offended Tony, and Tony didn't want nothing to do with it at the beginning.
Right.
Remember? Because it's not until Avengers when they come looking for him, he's like, "I thought I was not fit for the program."
We wanted your input on people that we could put in it.
Right.
You're too much of a loose cannon.
Right. So, but you need to stick around for episode 4 of Marvel Mondays coming up next week, because we will be diving into Captain America, first Avenger.
No, we won't.
No?
No.
Wait, correct me. Oh, Thor's next?
Thor, then Captain America.
This is why there's 2 of us. All right, so we're going to do Thor next.
That's why the cases are right there, bud.
We need to get that whiteboard we talked about.
Please send us money if you would like to support a local Distorted Theorist.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to Marvel Mondays. Thor next week. I'm the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say on the channel,
keep it real.
Real.